Hey guys, I figured I'd pop on for a few minutes. We can do, well, for however long we feel like it. I'm going to work on my to-do list today. Figured that you guys might like to hang out. Let's see, pin the message. And I put on my YouTube lipstick. Can you tell? I got several things on my list today. One of those is tidy up my sewing room a bit. Hey, Tracy. And I've got to prep some fabric for a sew along I'm doing tomorrow. Come here, camera. You don't need to be looking over there yet. And I've got to pick it. Well, I've already picked it, I think. I've got to iron it. I've got to make some half square triangles. But before I can do anything else, I've got to do some cleaning up over here. Hey, Lori. And I'm using the same camera that you were trying to work with on yours, but I have a Yeti microphone that is separate. That's what picks up the voice. I don't use the microphone on my computer, although I think that you can. I just slapped that lipstick on, didn't I? But I thought, yeah, a little lipstick. And then let me try to clean up some of the mess. Hey, Star, how are you? There's a few things I wanted to get done today for my sewing room. First and foremost, though, we're going to go over here to the cutting table, which is why the camera is at such a weird angle. And I'm going to cut out the 1 yard cuts for this quilt for tomorrow and get that out of the way, because otherwise I'm not going to get it done. I'm doing a live with Donna moving the camera, so I'm going to put my hand over it. Yeah, you can see it. I'm doing a live with Donna tomorrow and Colleen. And it's based on one of the 3 yard quilts from this book. We're going to do, I think it's called Timeless. Time Machine. We're going to do this one. So I need 3 fabrics. I don't know whose alarm, what his alarm's going off for. And one of those fabrics is the feature fabric. I'm going to use this as my feature fabric, which is that music. Hey guys, Colleen, I see you. And I think I have more than a yard here, so I'm going to start with the black because that's the easiest for me to get my hands on. And part of what I need to tidy up is I don't know if the brother's going to stay where it's at right now, or if I'm going to move it over next to where my embroidery machine is sitting right now. Because I don't want to iron 40 feet of fabric. I should go this way, shouldn't I? I'm going to give myself a generous yard here and cut it. And then I'm going to iron the fabric that I need for my quilt. So nobody cringe. So that's extra. This is going to be one of my fabrics, just a straight black. I thought that fabric was kind of cute. Colleen's getting a tooth pulled 11 a.m. my time on when? Tomorrow? What day, Colleen? I thought you were going to be on the live tomorrow with me and Donna. At least that's what I thought was happening. Is the sew along tomorrow? No, that's fine, sir. That's absolutely fine. That's what these are for, is just, to give us all an opportunity to have some interaction with one another. And I like the 3-yard quilt fabrics, or the 3-yard quilt. They're fairly quick and easy. You can do one in a day. We're going to do, if I remember correctly, 3 1-hour lives to get ours done. And I can usually get one done, like I said, in an afternoon. So I'm good with that. I think that works out really well. And then the third fabric that I'm putting in mine, no, I can't see the chat over here, sorry, is I'm going to use, pardon me for leaning over in y'all's way. I'm going to use if I can pick it up, I'm going to use some of my 50 cent a yard white muslin. So I'm just going to roll me a yard off of here. I have 25 yards of it, so I'm not unhappy about using it. And I'm just going to use my scissors here to hack me off a yard. I don't care if this cut is a little wonky, because I'm going to iron everything up and cut it out according to the pattern directions anyway. But I haven't made a huge dent in this. I'm just used some of it. The muslin, Beverly, I think it's perfectly fine. It's cotton weight. Oh, I've got a piece cut over here. This is the fabric. It's definitely comparable to a quilting weight cotton. It may actually be a little thicker than this stuff is. And this is a sew yeah fabric. I mean, it's got stretch. This one doesn't really, unless you get it on the bias. So it's good quality fabric. They have bleached and unbleached. I just used I just bought the unbleached. I usually don't have much left from a 3-yard quilt either, Stir. She is pretty accurate with her cutting. I haven't looked at the pattern in great detail yet, but the only reason that I haven't is I saw HSTs. I'm going to come back around here. I saw half square triangles in it, and normally she has you cut and make your half square triangles one at a time, and there's 72 of them. Yeah, this one's a decent version of it, Tracy. I like it. Works really well in quilts. I used it in the lemon quilt I made, and it worked out really well. Yeah, Colleen loves that bot. I'm looking for what is my finished size of my half square triangle supposed to be. So I like to do, oh, okay, that's fine. Then I can actually take my time on figuring out the half square triangles. Good, because I don't want to do the half square triangles the way they have them in this book. If I remember right, 72 is divisible by 8. Let me double check myself here. Where's my calculator? The things that you forget when you get old. Yes, 9. And I'm gonna do my 8 half square triangle trick on it, but then that means I need to sit down and figure out my brain just went blank, guys. I need to sit down and figure out what size my blocks need to be. Yeah, mine works out great after washing. I need to figure out what size it needs to be so that I can do the 8 half square triangles at a time. So if that doesn't start till June 30th, because I had it in my head it started tomorrow, then that is not my top priority item for today to do. So I'm going to put my book and my fabric here together. And I love these binder clips because it lets me clip everything together, and I can do it with the big part of my hand instead of just with my fingers. And then I can put that aside, because if I don't have to work on that right now this minute, I'm good. All right. And then I think, let's give y'all a quick look around here. Yeah, that muslin I think is great. Okay, so I'm turning the camera. I'm going to do it slowly. I've got over here is my cutting table. And I set the Brothers Scan and Cut up on the cutting table whenever it initially came in, because it was the biggest flat surface that I had. But it makes it harder for me to cut fabric. Oh, yeah, you can see the fabric stir. You want to see the muslin or the one that I've got for the 3-yard quilt? This is what I have together. I have a yard of the black, a yard of the muslin, and then this music fabric that has a black background. Thank you, Tracy. I probably do. I definitely appreciate that. But I like this fabric. I like music. And the 3-yard quilts come out to a small throw size. So I thought this would be really cute on the couch. Yeah, I have it written down, but anymore, it doesn't stick in my head. I've seen it recently. And I can always go back and rewatch my own 8 HST video. How pattern in this book. So, but see, that's music notes and bar staffs and everything. I really like that. If it could double it and add 1 3/4 or 1 7/8, so it would be a 9, almost a 10-inch block of the fabric to make the half square triangles I want. And I may just make 10-inch squares, but I have to sit down and double check my math. Oh, okay, Colleen. Colleen is my brain, guys. You guys know this, right? All right, so there's that fabric. And then I have this that I'm working on. Sylvia and I were talking about squirrels a while back. I want to finish this up. I've got a squirrel embroidery that I put together for this center here. I want to go across it, but I want to put batting on it. And then a little backing. It'll probably be a wall hanging. But I don't know that I really want to put squirrel on it. I've been rethinking it a couple times. This was cut with my Cricut. Let's see how close I can get that for you guys without it being blurry. Hi, Gisela. How are you today? And all these little edges came out really the Cricut didn't do a very good job of cutting the fabric. So I'm really thinking about possibly recutting the fabric. Yeah, they took forever though. I think I was talking to Tracy, and this took like 3 hours to cut out these silly little squirrels. So I may go ahead and do them up into a wall hanging. I don't know. I haven't decided for sure, but that's one of the items on my to-do list. I have these that I'm working on. I'm trying to collect up all those little scraps from the bib I made the other day so that I have them all in one place. And then, oh, that's lifting up. That's not good. And then I have a couple pieces of fabric that are, I don't know, they're destined to go with all of these. I'm working on designing a quilt that I want to put together. And then I've got the stuff for the block for tomorrow, which I can't do on camera here today because I've got to record that video as part of the chicken salad series. But I'm seriously trying to figure out if I want to put, I think the brother is going to have to be attached to my computer by a cord because the brother and the computer keep dropping their connection with each other. Oh, thank you, Gisela. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you too. And I wondered, when we've been in other chats and they called you Gisela, I was like, is that how she says her name? Because that's not how I would say it. So what I'm doing is clearing up some stuff that's on my desk here. There is, let's see if I can figure out how to show you this. Probably isn't a good way unless I actually take my, I'm gonna have to do a sewing room tour so you guys know where everything's at in here. And I'm picking up things off my desk that shouldn't be on my desk. The knife doesn't belong on my desk. The pen doesn't belong on my desk. And I try to keep all my friction pins up here on this little shelf. Hey, Shirley, how are you? And I found a whole bunch of little pattern pieces that I'm not quite sure what they go to, which is, if you can see, I'm going to turn you slowly a little bit further. Oops, that's too far. Can you see all of the Ziploc bags right there? Those are small patterns, and they're in the Ziploc bags and hung up on book hooks, those little book ring things. Those are doll clothes, baby clothes, things I've printed from the internet to use for various things. Oops, I'm trying to pick stuff up off my desk. Oh, dang it. Gisela. I think it's just caps. Do you guys have these? I'll bring you back around here to me. Put my hand in front of it to try to not make you dizzy. Do These little boxes here, I have them and I use them to hold small stuff. The bottom one has 1-inch squares in it. So it doesn't have to be up there. And then this is a box of eyes. Oh, thank you, Gisela. I appreciate it. I've actually cleaned some of it up. These are eyes that go in like stuffed animals. And I think it was Marie Hahn that was telling me the last time we were here how to use them. I have a terrible time with these little things that go on the back, which is why the adhesive was out. Yes, I do too many things. Door to machine, machine to cutting table. I don't feel quite so bad. I see all these, I don't know, professional YouTubers, and their rooms are so neat and clean. I like Tiffany's room because Tiffany's looks like mine. Every square inch is covered. And I was like, yeah, Tiff, that's me. I have a pegboard that's hanging behind you guys, and it's covered in stuff. But my biggest issue is that I've gotten all this new stuff in, like the Brother Scan and Cut, and I have to have a place to put it. Yeah, I just used, if I'm just doing safety eyes for something that's going to stay in my sewing room, like the little bee that I crocheted up, I just stick adhesive on them. That is the only way. And as you guys can see, I put curtains down here. There is no way I'm going to turn everything that's underneath my counter into a neat and clean and pretty site. That's just not going to happen. Quilting, Kristen. And Kristen admitted that her cabinets, her really pretty closed door cabinets behind her, that she was not opening the doors because they were just an absolute wreck. And I had to laugh because I sympathize. This cord, I think, is what I'm going to use to join the computer and the brother, but I haven't got there yet. Okay, so now that I've got most of that cleaned up, that can go in the garbage. That was where I got my meds for my finger the other day. Oh, it actually, I'm gonna kind of hold it up, looks way better than it did. I know that it showed in that baby bib video and I really tried hard not to. But it's healed up pretty good. There's still a lump, but it's not painful and it's not hard. So that's a big plus as far as I'm concerned. All right. My numbers pincushion. It's got all my numbers on it that I use. The little tripod. This is the one I use whenever I do appliques. I set it like right here and try to balance it out in front of that sewing machine and not hit it, because that really stinks when you hit the tripod. Let's see. Freezer paper. Everybody else has a box of this. This one's still pretty full. I've gone through maybe 4 of them in my lifetime. But I use freezer paper in place of heat and bond when I'm doing applique sometimes. Okay, so now we've got all of that done. Cleaning up is always moving things back and forth until they land somewhere, right? More of those little squares that I need to put in that box. This is one of my favorite little mats that I've made. Hey, Tracy. It's got kitty cats on one side and then some little, just 2.5-inch squares, a mixture of stuff that I had in my scrap bin at one point. I keep yoga mats normally underneath my sewing machine, but I think I'm going to put that cat mat. Ooh, more chicken fabric. I think I'm going to put that cat mat up under there. And there is a pile of patterns that I discovered whenever I was cleaning up something else, and a piece of cardboard. Am I the only one that uses these little pieces of fat quarter cardboard? One of my first embroidery projects on my flourish. A bib that I made, a little baby bib. I didn't make the bib itself, I just did the embroidery on it. A shoe made out of felt. And these are all patterns that need to be sorted into the zipper bags and bags made for them. I have a whole box of zipper bags up underneath my desk here. All right, and I am going to move you guys for a second. Just pick you up. Ah, what did you do, machine? I don't want to import from a device. I want to note to self. You guys still there? And I'm black. Come on, computer. You can go off. I cannot. This is going to make me mad. Let's see. Why did this stop? Let's see if this brings me back.